Jake, on the evening of the 3rd of August, I tried a new coffee. The same day's night, I had trouble sleeping. On the 4th of August, I missed waking up at 3:30 and almost skipped my morning pilgrimage to the beach. You can't skip it today. You should go. The inside voice commanded, its urgency a sharp stab against my reluctance. Grumbling, I eventually heeded the call and made my way to the beach, an hour late. What greeted me was a road filled with women draped in sarees. It was a handloom saree walk, an ode to tradition. As the women took over the roads, men stood and watched, frozen like statues. Of course, my thoughts drifted to the green saree from letter 98, but she was nowhere to be found. Had I listened to the voice sooner, I maybe wouldn't have missed her. When I was out the other day, I got a call from my friend. He was excited, and so was his wife. "Brother, don't worry, we will find her somehow," she said after watching the same letter 98. "How?" I asked, more for the sake of conversation. "The cameras, the receipts, we will do something," she suggested. We had a good laugh about it. What more can there be to it now, Jake? After a while here, I was on my way to finding a spot to read. The voice had another suggestion, one I couldn't resist. My first attempt was a mess, but the second took me to what it wanted. I ordered a plate of puri as the voice demanded, and this restaurant that sits at the intersection of roads had become my refuge. While the best breakfast was being prepared, I wandered around and stumbled upon this, a radio. Back when I was in school, one of our teachers would bring a radio during cricket matches. We would rush to him between classes for the score. He was a big man who spoke to the point. I still remember the score updates, which were sharp and usually followed by a mouth-clicking sound that was well altered to fit both the happy and the sad outcomes of the match. These fond memories from the past were interrupted by a loud, harsh voice. "For how long do I have to wait?" shouted a man. "It's almost ready, sir. Please wait," said an elderly waiter. "What did you say? How dare you insult me?" The man roared again. I couldn't understand what was so insulting about being requested to wait. During this exchange, I noticed a little girl beside the shouting man. Her eyes were fixed on the elderly waiter, her stare unreadable. When she caught me watching her, she quickly looked away, her fingers tapping nervously at her phone. A little later, I was at a different table having the best breakfast ever that was not so well made. "May I have some sambar, sir?" the girl at the next table asked the manager. He nodded, and soon an old lady, moving slowly and with care, approached with a cup of sambar. The girl stood up immediately, a gesture of apology in her eyes for troubling the old woman. The old lady smiled, placed the cup gently on the table, and they exchanged a brief, warm glance before parting ways. The girl finished her food, walked past me, and the old lady faded into the background, who I never saw again that morning. I ended up staying here for almost a couple of hours. What kept me here? This book. How was it? Letter 106 says, "Wait until I arrive tomorrow, dear Jake. Best wishes, Brooding Brook, to Jake Barnes, 1920, Paris."